guys, we are going to do section 9-4 in 2 different days. So today and tomorrow, and then on Friday we're gonna do 9-5, and then I believe Monday you have a practice quiz, and Tuesday you'll have a quiz. I don't know if I told you this or not, but Tuesday I have a meeting all day in the building, so I'll be in the building, but Mr. Horning will be your sub. So, no Tuesday. So, just so you're aware of that. So, today, what we are going to talk about is called inscribed angles, okay? So here's what that means. If we have a circle, an inscribed angle, well, first of all, let me explain central angles again. Do you guys remember if you had something that looks like this, where the vertex was on the center, that this was called a central angle, and if this was 60, this was 60?
Yes.
Does everybody remember that? Okay. Today what we're going to talk about is something called an inscribed angle. And an inscribed angle looks like this. So instead of having its vertex at the center, it has its vertex on the circle, okay? And there's a rule that we're gonna learn today, that your inscribed angle is half of the inscribed arc instead of equal to it. So if that's 60, this is 30. Does that make sense? And then sometimes what they'll do, so this is another inscribed angle, and then this arc would be the arc that your inscribed angle intercepts, okay? Notice these two are chords, and for something to be an inscribed angle, the vertex has to be on the circle, okay? So the only way that you can use this is if you have a angle where the vertex is on the circle and it intercepts an arc opposite it. So if I told you this was 40, what do you guys think that would be? 80. Okay, that's the big rule that we're going to talk about. Okay, so that's what this inscribed angle theorem says. If you know the arc and you're looking for the angle, you divide by 2. If you know the angle and you're looking for the arc, you're going to multiply by 2. Okay? So if we look here, this is asking us for the measure of arc AC right here. And they're telling us that's 36, so what would our arc be?
70.
Yep, 36 times 2 is 72. You don't have to show the work for that, but I'm doing that just for my notes. Now this one, they want to know what angle N is.
31.
Yep, you would just go half of 62, which is 31. Okay, here they're looking for arc Q through S to R. So if that's 113, what is that whole arc gonna be? 226. 2 times 113 is 226. Okay. Now, this is asking for this angle. Does anyone know how we would do that one? Yep.
You would subtract 360 from 260, because that's what those add up to. And then you're left with 100. So then you would take 100 divided by 2.
Mm-hmm. So you'd add the 120 and the 140, which is 260. And then what you would do is you would take 360 and you would subtract 260 and you would get 100. So that is how we get this arc. And then, like Lexi said, the angle would be half of 100. And half of 100 is 50. You don't have to show any of that when there's no algebra involved. Now this one is a little bit different, okay? This is asking us for arc MP over here.
So what we can do is we can find arc MN and subtract the measure of arc MN from 180 to find arc MP,
Yes.
since PMN is a semicircle.
Yes, perfect. So if this is 31, what would arc MN be? 62. So if that's 31, MN is gonna be 62. And then hopefully you guys realize this is a diameter. So if you ever see like a dot in the center of the circle kind of emphasized or like golden, that means that's the center. So this is a diameter. So this whole thing is 180. And what we want is arc MP. So we'd go 180 minus 62, which is 118. Okay, now let's go here. So we are going to learn another theorem. And what this one says, if you look at this blue angle, it intercepts this arc right here. Okay, that blue angle intercepts that arc. The red angle also intercepts that same arc. So let's just say this arc was 100. What would the blue angle equal? 50. And what would the red angle equal? 50. So do you think you could say if two angles intercept the same arc, that those angles would have to be equal? Does that make sense? Okay, so here is what these problems are going to look like. You're gonna have that theorem but done twice. So first of all, they want angle U. Do you guys see that angle U intercepts this arc? And angle V intercepts that same arc? So do you understand that U and V would equal each other then? Okay. And V is 30, so wouldn't U just be 30, right? Everybody get that part? All right, now, as I said, we're doing that same theorem twice. So the next time, I'm gonna look at angle T. It intercepts this arc. And angle W intercepts that same arc. So what that tells us is T and W are going to be equal, okay? So what I can say then for that one is that 3x plus 4 is going to equal 2x plus 9. I'm gonna subtract 2x. 3x minus 2x is x, plus 4 equals 9. Then I'm gonna subtract 4, and x is 5, okay? Now, notice in this one, they didn't just ask us for x. What they want us to do in this one is find the measure of angle T. And the measure of angle T is right here. It is 3x plus 4. So I'm gonna take that 5 and put it in there. So 3 times 5 plus 4 is 19. Is there a way on the test that you could check your answer if you wanted to? What could you do? Yeah, put 19 into this one and go 2 times 19 is 38, 38 plus 9 is, oh wait,
Once you put in X.
well, angle T and angle W are the same, so what I did I do this wrong?
No, once you put in X for 5, like, put 5 in X in W.
Yeah, thank you. Why was I not seeing that? Yes, I put in the angle versus the X, sorry. Yes, if you would have put in X there, that would have told you if you did it correctly or not, because they both should be 19, okay? All right, so let's look down here, and this is gonna be the same type of problem. So they're talking about us finding angle A. Here's angle A, here's angle D. They both intercept this arc, okay? When that happens, that means A and D are equal. So how I can say that then, angle A is 6y minus 2, angle D is 5y plus 8, and I just set them equal and solve that. So I'm going to subtract 5y, and I get y minus 2 equals 8. Then I'm going to add 2, and y is 10. Now, we want angle A, and the measure of angle A is 6y minus 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do there is go 6 times 10, which is 60, minus 2, which is 58. And then again, you could have put 10 into this one, and 5 times 10 is 50, plus 8 is 58. Now we have to find C, and so that means I'm going to kind of restart this. In this one, angle C is this angle, and that is going to equal angle B here, and they both intercept that arc. So that means these two are equal, okay? So I can say 6x minus 3 equals 7x minus 11. And then I would bring my 6x over, and I'd get negative 3 equals x minus 11. Then I would add 11, and x would equal 8, okay? And now what I would do is put that back in for angle C, and angle C is right here, which is 7x minus 11. So the measure of angle C is 7x minus 11. And then I just take what I just found for 8 and put that into x. 7 times 8 is 56, minus 11 is 45. And then you could also put that into this one that I can't see what it is. So if I put 8 in there, 6 times 8 is 48, minus 3 is 45. So that does work, okay? Now, let's go to this problem. So one thing about the book that I took these next two questions from, and actually any geometry book can be this way, is that the arcs, lengths that they give you may not make sense. So like if you look at this problem, it says the measure of arc AB right here is 140. So that means this right here is 140. Then it says from B to C is 100. Well, that doesn't look right, right? This one's much smaller, but yet it's bigger. Then it says arc AD is equal to arc DC, which again doesn't look right, but when they say that, you just kind of have to believe it and go with it, okay? Now, when I look at this, do you guys get that I could call each of these X since they're equal? And then could you find one of those? What would you do?
Subtract 240 from 360, and then you just divide it by 2. You'll have both of them.
Yes. So Christian added these together. 140 plus 100 is 240. Then he subtracted that from 360, and that gives you what's left over. And because it has 2 equal pieces, he divided by 2. If that is like confusing to you, you also could have gone X plus 100 plus 140 equals 360 because it's the whole circle. And then X plus X is 2X, 100 plus 140 is 240, and that equals 360. Then we would subtract 240, and we'd get 2X equals 120, divide by 2, and X is 60. So if you could have done it like Christian, that's fine, you don't have to show your work. If not, that's how you would get it for this, okay? So we found in this that this arc is 60 as well as this arc is 60. And now they're gonna ask us some questions, okay? So look at this, they want the measure of angle 1, and that intercepts this arc right here, which is 60. So what would angle 1 be? 30, yep. So I'm gonna write 30 there and 30 there, okay? Then, the next one wants angle 2, which is right here. Doesn't angle 2 intercept as 60? So what would angle 2 be? 30 also, it'd be half of that, so that's 30, okay? So then if I go to the next one, they're asking for angle 3, which is right here. And that angle 3 intercepts a 100-degree arc, so what would that be? It would be half of that, which is 50, okay? The next one asks us for angle, oh, I should have put that one in there. So this is 50. Angle 4 is right here. And that intercepts 140, so what would this be? 70. Okay. And then the last one is asking us to find angle 5, which is right here, and that intercepts 100, so it's half of 100, which is 50. Okay? All right. Then if we look at our last problem for today, first of all, these should have arcs on all of them. Like that, okay? So here's what it says. The measure of arc WX is 20. From X to Y is 40. From U to Z. Now if you guys notice here, U to Z is this whole thing. And that one they're saying is 108. Then they tell us that UW, which is right here, equals YZ, which is right there, okay? So, again, you can think of these two as being X, and we could write an algebra equation, or we could do it in our head. Does anyone know how to do it in your head? So you could add these three together, subtract that from what? 360. And then because it leaves two equal parts, you would divide by 2. Everybody get that? Or should I show the algebra way, or do you get that? Okay, so what is that? 168. So when you divide it by 2, it's 96. Thank you. Okay. Then let's look. Angle 1 right here intercepts a 96-degree arc. So what is that angle? Would it be equal?
48.
It would be half of it, which is 48. Very good. Okay. The next one is asking us for angle 2. So angle 2 is right here, intercepts a 40-degree arc. So what would that be? That would be half of 40, which is 20. Okay. Then if I look at angle 3, do you guys get that angle 3 intercepts this whole arc? So wouldn't angle 3 be half of 108, which is 54? Okay. We're gonna wait on angle 4 because I'm quite certain if you did it already that you probably got it wrong. I hate to say. So we're gonna go to angle 5. Isn't angle 5 gonna intercept that same arc? So what would angle 5 be? 54. And what did you guys do for angle 4?
116.
So you added
96.
these two together. Do you guys think that's right? It's not. Okay, so if,
Oh, divided by 2.
okay, here's the deal. Here's my angle. What Christian's thinking is add those two together. He's thinking of it as a central angle. Is this vertex on the center? No. So you can't do it that way. Then I heard divide by 2. Is this an inscribed angle like we talked about today? Why not?
It's not on the vertex.
This is not on the circle, correct? Okay. Anyone see what we could do then? Does it help if I do this?
I agree with you now.
You don't even have
No.
to do that.
Because
Oh,
we're
just, well, yeah,
Add them together and subtract from 180, right? So if you think of that triangle, then I can go 54 plus 20, which is 74, and subtract that from 180, and I'd get 106. So that's a super common one to get wrong, okay? Now, your assignment for today is a worksheet, and if, I'm trying to think if I put it up there, just give me 1 second. Angle 4 we found to be what, 106?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I put that wrong. This is not correct. Angle 5 was 54, angle 4 is 106, 3 was 54, 2 was 20, and 1 was 48, okay? Okay, actually, I lied, you guys. So this is a worksheet online, and hopefully it says, the first page you don't do any, and then you do 8 problems on each of those, and then here is a book assignment. So you can just do section 9-4, day 1 worksheet, and then do those problems, okay?
No. Notebook?
Notebook, yes. I did not make a copy of the worksheet. So this should be in Schoology.
What if I'm not doing the book assignment?
You're doing both, but you're writing it in your notebook.
Yes.
So open this worksheet up, do those problems and do those, and write 9-4 worksheet day 1 on the top. Yeah. For phone or computer?